What's going on, guys? My name is Omega. Welcome back to another Apex Legends video. So today I have a few pieces of news to talk to you guys about. I'm going to first go over the Knockdown Shield glitch because Respawn has finally made a statement saying that they recognize this glitch is in the game. So we're going to be talking about that first. We're also going to be talking about the Caustic Voice line that was removed from the game just a couple days ago, as well as some potential Caustic Heirloom concepts that could be coming out with the aftermarket event in the next week or so. And then finally, we have a very new point of interest coming to Apex Legends. I know you guys have probably heard me talk about the UFO that could be floating over either Kings Canyon or World's Edge, but we now have like a first-person view of what this area is actually going to look like. But finally, the last piece of news is we're going to be talking about some quality of life changes to the Evo shields that might be coming. Now, a lot of you guys have been requesting me to add this feature in my videos called chapters. You guys may have seen this in some other creators' videos. If you guys ever scroll through a video, it's broken up into different segments, and the reason why I'm doing this is because I know a lot of the times when I make these news videos, some of you guys may have already heard, about the things that I'm talking about. So this video is now going to be broken up into segments. So if you guys have already heard about a piece of news, or if you just don't want to hear about a certain, leak or something in the game, you can skip that segment onto the next segment, and that is going to probably save you a lot of time. So hopefully that feature is going to be helpful for you guys, but let's get right into today's video. First, talking about the Knockdown Shield glitch, which has been super annoying in this game. I have literally encountered this glitch like almost every time I've played Apex, but Respawn has finally added this glitch to the Trello board. So Respawn is now definitely aware of this glitch. They're also now aware of the glitches with Wraith portals not appearing in crouchable areas, as well as the spectating glitch that probably a lot of you guys have seen, where you're basically like spectating inside a person. It's super weird, but Respawn now knows of all of these glitches from the Trello board, so hopefully these things will get patched very soon. Just want to let you guys know about that, because I know the Knockdown Shield glitch is probably one of the most annoying things we've encountered in this game so far. But moving on to the next thing, let's talk about the Caustic Voice line that was removed in the patch just a couple days ago. So many of you guys may have already probably heard this voice line. I'm going to play it for you real quick, just in case you haven't heard what the voice line that was removed actually was.
This isn't over, gutter rat. You'll regret the day you crossed me, gutter rat.
So the reason that this voice line was removed in the first place is because the term rat is an offensive slang that was used during World War II to describe Asian people or anyone who was, traveling from that side of the world. Apex Legends being a game that is also very popular in Japan and Asian cultures, they took a step to immediately remove this voice line from the game, which caused a lot of uproar. This originally started with a tweet from Kev the King. You guys might know him as a YouTuber. He posts a lot about Apex Legends lore and stuff like that. So this is what he had to say on the matter. He said, "I'm very disappointed in this decision, Tom. I hate seeing watered down villains because one person got offended. Don't be surprised if people start asking to remove more things from other legends because they found it offensive." Now, Tom Cassiel immediately responded to this saying, "Oh, for the love of, look, last thing I'll say on the subject, but nobody's getting watered down. Do you have so little faith in us as writers you think we can't come up with a better insult than a rodent?" He'll call him a dung beetle or a maggot or a cockroach or a dozen of other things that didn't double as slurs. Now, personally, I don't really care that this was removed in the first place, just because it doesn't really change anything about the game. Apex Legends obviously has a huge audience in Asian cultures, and they wouldn't keep something in their game that's offensive to Asian people. So I completely understand why it was taken out. I don't think that, Apex Legends is going downhill because of this, but I do definitely want to hear what you guys have to say. Do you agree with this voice line being taken out, or do you think it was just a dumb decision in the first place? Definitely let me know down in the comments below. This could be kind of a touchy subject. I don't know. Also, as you guys know, the aftermarket event is going to be starting on September 15th, and from the leaks that we got from Shrugtool as well as Bias12, we do know that the Caustic Heirloom is most likely going to be the one available during this event. Now, we don't actually have an image of what the heirloom is going to look like, but we do know it's going to be some type of hammer. We also have a leaked banner pose for the Caustic Heirloom that was posted by Shrugtool, and it shows him using two hands to actually wield this heirloom. So I wanted to kind of think of some ideas of what this heirloom could possibly be. I mean, my first idea is that this is just going to be kind of like a single-handed sledgehammer that can also be, kind of two-wielded at the same time. I think it definitely has to be single-handed, just because I can't see, a giant battle axe being used in this game as an heirloom. It's got to be something that you can, kind of just wield with one hand. But another idea that it could possibly be is there's something called a hammer axe, which is basically you take part of a sledgehammer and part of an axe, and it's still kind of part hammer. So this could also be what we might be getting with the Caustic Heirloom. I would personally prefer this over the sledgehammer because the sledgehammer is a little bit basic, and if you add some of like Caustic's aesthetics to this heirloom, it could look really cool. But obviously we're gonna have to wait until the event drops to know what it's actually gonna look like. You guys can subscribe to the channel, and I will have a video as soon as that comes out because I am thinking about just picking up the heirloom when it does drop. Now next up, I want to show you guys the next point of interest that is probably going to be coming to Apex Legends. Now you guys have probably heard me talk about the UFO that has basically been teased since the beginning of Season 5. Well, a guy known as Crawlrindo actually posted to Reddit a kind of first-person view of what this UFO is going to look like. I imagine he used something like Blender to kind of render out what the code was in the game files of Apex. So this is a scaled 2 model size of what the UFO is actually going to look like, and it's pretty massive, and it looks like it has a lot of different vantage points. We do know that this UFO is most likely going to be hovering in the air, so I imagine it could kind of replace the supply ships if it comes to Kings Canyon, but most likely it's going to be coming to World's Edge just as its own point of interest. Honestly, this area looks so massive that it could even be kind of like a part of a limited time game mode that we get, but I'm pretty sure that it's just going to be a point of interest judging from what we've already seen in the code. Now finally, the last thing I want to talk to you guys about is a quality of life change that might be coming to the Evo shield. So this started with a guy on Reddit named 3 Key Reasons posting a picture of a concept that he had for Apex and the Evo shields, where you can actually see how much damage you needed to get to level up an Evo shield that you're picking up from the ground. This is definitely a change that would work out really well, especially when you're in the middle of a fight and you're trying to replace a shield on the ground. You don't know until you pick it up how much damage you actually need to level it up to the next Evo. So this is definitely a very good quality of life change that I would love to see added into Apex. And one of the Respawn developers actually responded to this saying, yep, we're working on something like this, no timeline, but hoping to ship it soon. So we got even more good changes coming to the Evo shields. I also just wanted to kind of get your guys' feedback on what you guys think Season 6 is like now that the Evo changes have been reverted. Personally, I'm having a ton of fun in this game, and it feels like the time to kill has been properly adjusted to where it's not insanely fast. The devotion and the volt still make it pretty fast to kill someone, but it's not what it was like before, So I think that we had some really good changes recently with the Evo shields, and this, quality of life change would definitely just make it a whole lot better. But let me know down in the comments below what you guys think of this change, as well as any of the other stuff that I talked about in today's video. But as always, thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys next time. Have a great day. Peace out.